Hey, welcome back to another episode of Simple Truth Television. Today is February 11th, 2024. It's Super Bowl Sunday. The Super Bowl is about to start in an hour. I just want to give you guys one big clue before you guys place your bets today. So let me just show you guys how the NFL is rigging their games real quick and how they're using other leagues as like a form of predictive programming to let people know in a way, or at least mock the people with what's going to happen in the NFL. So this is something we've been documenting for years now. So all the leagues, all the professional leagues are all rigged together. They are all rigged together. And usually around these big games like the Super Bowl, like the World Series and the NBA Finals, we pick up on a lot of clues just looking at the records of the other leagues and what's going on in the other leagues. For example, today on Super Bowl Sunday, there were two NBA games. The Celtics were playing the Heat on the road, and the Kings were playing the Thunder on the road, right? Now, if you take a look, the Celtics, they picked up their 41st win of the season on Super Bowl Sunday. And in the language of gematria, Super Bowl equals 41. But if you notice the Heat, they became 15-13 at home on the day that number 15, Patrick Mahomes, is going to go against number 13, Brock Purdy. Right, and they did the same thing in the other game. The Kings became 15-13 away on the day that number 15 is going to go against number 13 in the Super Bowl. And if you notice, the Kings, of course, they lost with 113 points. That's a big number. That's a big number. Look at my notes on Patreon. You're going to see why this number is big. Patrick Mahomes, he is 10-3 as an underdog. That number also has a lot to do with Kobe Bryant. But if you notice the first game, which was the Celtics and Heat, it was 200. The game ended 110-106, 216 combined points. And in gematria, Patrick LaVon Holmes equals 216. Of course, 6 times 6 times 6 equals 216. Now look, this is the big clue. This is what I want you guys to really pay attention to before you guys go and put your money on the 49ers. I can't tell you who to bet on. All I can do is just give you the information and you make your own judgment. Okay? Look. If you notice where they have the 15 and where the 13 is in the home and away record, right? The 15 is on the winning side. And the 13 is on the losing side, right? When you're reading the home records and the away records, this is how many wins you have. This is how many losses you have. So that he have 15 wins. 13 losses. Are they trying to tell us that number 15 is going to win and number 13 is going to lose in the NFL? I think that's what they're trying to communicate to us. So again, you want to bet on the 49ers. I know a lot of you like the 49ers. God, you can bet on the 49ers if you like. My job is just to give you the information. Now look, a lot of you say that you can't make money betting on sports using gematria. You guys are fucking fools if you think that. Okay? The problem is you guys don't have what it takes to make money. Like I said in my other video, you need 3 things to make money using this language. You need to know how to decode properly. You need to know how to bet. And you also need to have patience. If you see that a game has 2 narratives, you don't bet big. If you see a game like this where the Celtics and the Thunder have a narrative that's connected to the Super Bowl, then you do go big. I'm about to make $1,700 if the Chiefs win today. And I didn't have to bet that much. I bet $350. I could have bet more, but, I have bills. I'm not a rich person. And I know that tomorrow there's going to be more games. The Super Bowl is just one game. I don't have to bet all my savings on just the Super Bowl because everybody else is doing that, I'm not programmed like everybody else. The Super Bowl is just another regular season game, just like every other game. The problem, the only difference with the Super Bowl is that it's a lot easier sometimes to decode because the narrative it's all coming together, right? The big script that they've been planning for years. If you're able to, document the right stuff and look at all the clues that they give us, then we are able to, make the proper decision with the Super Bowl. The regular season games is a little bit more difficult because sometimes they're planning stuff for the future that we don't know about. But Point is, you can make money using gematria to bet on sports. We do it all the time. Right? So don't let people fool you and say, oh, the gematria people don't know what they're doing. They're making us lose money. No, you're losing money because you don't know. You don't have what it takes. You need patience again. You need patience, and you need to know how to bet. What does that mean? Having patience means you don't have to go big for the Super Bowl. Bet little money, and instead of making $1,000 in one day, you can make $200 in 5 days, and still end up with $1,000 at the end of the week. Instead of trying to make all your money today, like the world is gonna end tomorrow. No, tomorrow's another day. If you're able to make 200 today, 200 tomorrow, that's fine. That's called having patience. What does it mean to know how to bet? Well, if you listen to my advice in the conference championship, I said, if the Ravens lose, cash out your Lions' future. Why? Because the narrative for the Lions to go to the Super Bowl was to go against the Baltimore Ravens and defeat the Ravens. So a person that knows how to bet, the Ravens played the first game that day, right? So once you saw the Ravens lose, you should have cashed out your Lions bet, like I did, and you would have never lost. See, a lot of you don't know how to bet. And there's also live betting. If you like to watch the game, they also give you a lot of clues. Listen to the announcers. Look at the clues that they put on the screen, the numbers that they talk about. A lot of times they put random stats on the screen. Pay attention to all that stuff. That's called knowing how to bet. And then the third is knowing how to decode. Picking up on stuff like this. Oh, on Super Bowl Sunday, the Celtics can pick up their 41st win. How interesting. Oh, 15-13. Oh, the number 15 goes against the number 13. Oh, okay, I see what they're doing. Okay? This is how you do a proper decode. Again, I'm gonna make this real short because I'm gonna come back on live after the ritual is over, the big Super Bowl ritual is over, and we're gonna break down everything that they did with this rigged Super Bowl. It's disgusting, really, how many people had to die for this rigged Super Bowl, and all the other bullshit that they did. All right, we'll talk about it at the end. All right, good luck, and go Chiefs. And, if you're going to bet on the 49ers, good luck.